Guys, welcome to another weekly setup, guys. So I've booked down about 20 pairs for this week, and all I can say that this week market is gonna be funny this week, guys. So I have about 5 trend-based pairs because, as you know, the Alex G strategy will go for the trend, and I also have 5 counter trend, but the counter trend looks so clean that I cannot just let it go. So I'm going to show you guys just in a second, but don't forget this video is the beginning of our starting challenge on the 5k account that I spoke about in the last video. So guys, if you want to be involved in it, stay with me throughout the journey. So let us get to the chart and I'll show you guys what I'm looking at, and I will show you my 5k account, the starting balance later on. So let us get to it, guys. Right, so this week, as I said before, this week marks the beginning of the journey of us trading the 5k account and see whether we can pass it in a month. Now I just wanted to say this before I start. Now some people will be asking, why am I risking that large on a trade, $100 on a trade, when it's a prop account? Do it small. Now there's something that I've said. You have to risk what you're willing to lose. Now I'm willing to lose that $100 because let's be realistic. Now if I'm risking $5, $10, $20 for a 1:2, 1:3, how long will it take me? It's going to take me way too long in passing a prop when I can do it in the less time with quality trades. And that's how it works. So basically I'm risking that amount because I'm confident in the trade I'm taking, and I'm okay with the losses even if I make a loss, because I know that one trade can cover back the losses, and that is the fastest way to pass the account without blowing it or without breaking any of the rules. So let's get straight into it. So the very first pair we have is Euro GBP. So Euro GBP is our first pair for the week. Now on a weekly time frame, now from my list of pairs I have here, you can see that I have about close to 10 pairs. Now the first 5 pairs, Euro GBP, NZD CHF, GBP NZD, Euro NZD, and GBP JPY, these are trend-based pairs. Now as we all know, the FX allergy set and forget strategy, which we trade with the trend. You understand? The trend is our friend. It's one of his favorites saying. So these first 5 are trend-based, while the next are counter trend. Now counter trend is not recommended, but I'll show you why I chose the counter trend, because it looks too clean and it gives me more than a 1:2. So I only take counter trends that give me more than a 1:2 or 1:2 and looks very, very clean and very, very reasonable. So I'll get down to it. So Euro GBP weekly is bearish, obviously below area of interest. The daily time frame also bearish. Now this is just basically, I'm going to be fast here. Now last week or last 2 weeks we were anticipating the same thing, a break below here to sell. Now we shifted bullish here and we shifted back bearish with this engulfing candlestick, which is good. So we're still waiting for the same thing on the 4 hour, which is what markets doing, what breaking below this 4 hour area of interest is very important now, because you can see that we have been having multiple reactions from this area to show that it's well expected. So by the time we have a 4 hour break below here, we're confirming that yes, we are continuing with the downwards momentum, and then wait for the retrace to continue to the downside. NZD CHF, the next pair that I have. Now this pair looks very, very clean to me, because first and foremost, I've said it before, I'm only buying CHF based pairs for now because of where it is historically. So now you can see that on the weekly time frame we have what a left head, right inverse head and shoulder pattern as our area of interest, which is my best reversal candlesticks, which I really look for whenever I'm either trying to trade in markets. Now on the daily time frame, what do we have now? Now this is the weekly head and shoulder, right? Inverse head and shoulder. Now let me just take it down and boom, what do we have here? Now we have a daily head and shoulder pattern inside the weekly head and shoulder pattern, and guess what it is? Is at the right shoulder, which we have a break and 1 week and a whole day of retracement, which is making this trade very, 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 very good. And I actually like the way the trade is. You can see the EMA is under, price holding it bullish, and we are very, very close to where price is now. On the 4 hour, now the 4 hour was where market shifted bullish. Now on the 4 hour, you can see it here on the 4 hour, market shifted bullish on the 4 hour time frame here. But I'm still going to wait for just this. We already have 2 head and shoulder. Now I just market to have a shift, the same shift of structure or change of character, whatever language you want to use. What I'm looking for here. Now some people not regard this as a low, but this is the 4 hour time frame, number 1. And number 2, if you go down to the 2 hours or the 1 hour, you see that that same area now has multiple reaction, which is making it bearish. So rather than playing it risky, I'll play it safe and wait just for another shift of structure. I like as market is rejecting from here, so I can wait for more rejections from here on the 4-hour, a shift of structure within this area, and then I'll be interested in buying this market to the upside. Next pair, that is GBP NZD. So GBP NZD, the last time we were here, we're looking to sell. Now remember, this pair has been bearish ever since. I'll show you guys why. Now this, let's start from here. Higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low. We broke this low, making here the lower low, and here is the lower high. So if I break out this market, you can see that market has not broken this high and has not broken this low for a long time. Since I've been here, I've not broken this, we have not closed above this high on the weekly, making this market still what, very, very much bearish. So now we close below this previous low, creating a new low. Now potentially getting that new high to continue. Now I can easily see this market trying to fill up this week here, or having a continuation this week before it has any retracements in this area, because we have been here for a long time. So when we break out of here, I expect markets to just continue breaking and going. So that's what I'm seeing on this market, although I'm not going to be rushing anything. On the daily time frame, you can see that the market is what, bearish. We have to break below area of interest, and we have our what, retest back to our area of interest, although we're not at the area of interest the way I like it, but we are close, and that is where I'm going to wait patiently for the market to unfold. Now on the 4-hour is where the market is shifting structure. Now you can set the 4-hour shifted structure was bullish, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, higher low. So now we need market to pull back into this area, giving us a proper shift of structure at this area. I'm going to wait for market to pull all the way back into here, give me a good shift of structure, because we're already bullish now, so we need to shift it back bearish to sell this market to the downside. So that's basically it for there. Euro NZD. Now this pair is an example or a lesson that I want to teach to us today, that you see, in the forex industry, the forex industry doesn't really care how long you wait for a market to fold. Now you can, like for this pair for example, I waited for this market for more than 2 months just to have a break below here. I've been anticipating this break from here for quite a while, because I saw when market was forming this left head, I've been waiting for it since it formed the right shoulder. For how long it refused to break it, just having daily reactions, 4-hour reactions. You can see, come here, go back up, come here, go back up, come here, form double top, go up. Now last week I was already in 2 winning trades, which I did not want to mess up those wins or take another additional risk. Minus that, we're getting towards the end of the week, so it did not make sense risking more when you're already in profit. Now we had a break. Now on the retest, we had a retest back to the daily area of interest, which was what I got discouraged. I was like, okay, if I get another break and retest, I'll be willing to what, sell the market. But guess what? It decided to go straight to our 1:2. So now this week, I'm basically just waiting for a pullback to continue the trade, because I can see the market finally broke. You can see we have not broken this area for a long time. So we finally broke this area last week, and we have a daily pullback. So I just need market to have a deeper retracement so that we can reject from this EMA here and then get a proper entry. Now I would have said, okay, I can enter off here if I get a bearish engulfing, but no. Entering off here is going to be more risky because market can have a deeper pullback. So I'm going to wait patiently. If this market doesn't come back here, well, it's fine, it's gone. That is what I'm trying to say. Now you can wait patiently. You can see it's looking very clean, left head, right shoulder. You can wait patiently for a market to form, just for when you're not ready, the market just moves away from you and you miss the whole move. Well, that's the forex industry. We must not catch everything. Now, next pair, GBP JPY. Now on GBP JPY, what I'm actually seeing here is that what a high, market create a higher high, 2 dojis here, weekly dojis. So I can call it my higher low and then a new higher high. Now we have this kind of, will I say a hammer or a pin bar, but we have this huge weak reaction here. Now the next week try to fill it up, but it could not fill it, creating this engulfing with still this pretty much move to do. So I can see markets potentially filling this up that week before it starts to sell back again. So that's where this daily come in place. You can see the daily, we had like a consolidation around here. We broke, retested, and we bought again. Now this place had a very good reaction. I'll show you what I'm looking for here. You can see this week in we have here on the daily time frame, right? It's what I'm waiting for to see here to actually buy this market, and I'll show you why. Now on the 4-hour, that week you saw now was this move. Market's pulling into here, giving us an inverted and shoulder pattern. Although it's not clean, on the 4 hour, but it's an inverse left head, right shoulder, break, retest, and continuation to the upside. So although it's not clean, but it is an inverse head and shoulder pattern. So what I'm waiting for here, same thing. I need market to put into here, do the same thing, which might give us the same week for us to buy. Now the only reason what I'm waiting for just to buy this market is a shift of structure, which is basically going to create that daily week for us to continue the buys. So same thing, wait patiently for these trades. Most of the trades is this week is trades that we're going to wait pretty much patiently for to set up. Now for the counter trend trades, remember I said it, these trades are high risky trades, but they are worth it if you see a very clean counter trend trade. Now I'll show you why I say so. But before I continue, if you actually like what you're seeing, don't forget to click the like and subscribe button. Check the description in the channel to join the Telegram channel, free Telegram channel, where I drop trade updates like this. And this is where I'll be dropping more of the videos, the entry signals for the 5k challenge account, where I'll be trading in 5k with you guys live. Now I will just come on the week every weekend to give you a full recap of how the week went, but this is where I'm going to be doing it. As you can see, this is my funding pips account that is loading up here. Let me just try and log in with you guys here. I need, the caption is not showing, so I cannot log in currently now, but I'll try and log in again with you guys, maybe before the end of this video, so you guys can see it. Okay, yes, yeah, okay, now we can log in. So once I log in, you guys will see the starting balance or starting of the week with. Just a second. Okay, yeah, we're in now. So you guys can see it now. We are in on the account, 5k challenge account. Now we just logged into the account. You can see it's 5k account. Now this is it. Sorry. You can see it. We just made a profit of $53. This is the account. This is the account balance. You can see it. Bought this year, January 7th. We took quite a number of trades. We're in drawdown and we came back into profit. So we are actually starting the challenge officially this week. So let's just get back to the video. Now, NZD USD on the weekly time frame. Now, I've traded this pair. This is one of my favorite NZD USD and NZD card. I've had quite a number of good trades on them. Now, the reason why I'm not interested in buying from this area is because you can see that market had a huge bullish engulfing, and whenever there's something like this, we need a retracement to continue. I'll show you why. Now you can see this left head, right shoulder from here, break, retest, engulfing. So here now we have what, an inverse left head, right shoulder. We have the break. Now we're waiting for the retest to continue the buy. So I can see me entering this counter trade down to this neckline to continue the buys on this trade, because I strongly believe that market will have a reaction from here to sell off before it continues the buy. Now if this market just continue buy from here, fine and good. I'm not interested in it. Maybe it's next week, but I'm just interested on the counter trend for now on this pair. On the daily time frame, you can see that we have the daily time frame moving up. Now on the daily time frame, this line here is where we can have a possible reaction. Now if you have the pullback, then this is where we can have a possible reaction, because this is the next area of support and resistance that's actually valid, well respected. You can see it's multiple reactions from here to show that it's actually quite respected. And if you have markets reversing down to this area, you can have the potential buy off from here or all the way down here. That is what I'm seeing on NZD USD. Now on the 4-hour time frame, this is where I need it to completely do this. Now, NZD USD and NZD CAD, these two pairs, for quite a while I've been trading them, they move similar direction. Now, whenever I'm buying NZD USD, I buy NZD CAD because they move the same direction from my experience trading them. And whenever I try trading them opposite direction, I either hit S stop loss on one of them. So I'm trading both of them for the same counter trend, and I'm looking at the same thing. Now, what I've noticed is that NZD CAD is actually faster than NZD USD when on the market move, and whenever we have a big move, NZD CAD does the move bigger than NZD USD. So now what I'm waiting for the market to give me a shift of structure at my area of interest. Now I need market to pull into here, give me a shift of structure to sell. If I do not get my shift of structure, I am not selling for any reason. If market does not pull into here to give my shift of structure, I'm not selling. Market is gone. I'm not interested in it again. Now NZD card looks cleaner. Why? Because NZD, as you see, we have not formed anything yet, but NZD card, it looks like we're forming the potential left shoulder. Now this can be the head to form the right shoulder to sell off these markets. And if I should show you guys based on my trades I've taken on this pair, you can see that NZD card has given me bigger risk to reward ratio trades than NZD USD. Why? Because I said NZD card has bigger move. You can see it's 1:3.6. Why I get number 1:2? You can see it's bigger move NZD card. So I have this feeling that NZD card does the move more than NZD USD. So that's why I'm more interested in NZD card than NZD USD, because it's already forming and it forms faster and it moves faster. So if I'm going to trade any of these two, NZD card will be my number one to take in any of these two. Now Euro AUD, the next trade. Now Euro AUD is a very, very clean and understandable counter trend, just like the rest I just said. Now let me explain it for you. Now Euro AUD on the weekly time frame, we are very, very much bearish, but guess where we are at this area. Now on the weekly, it's not well respected. You can see it's weekly reactions. So whenever we have a weak reaction from here, we go back. Now what do we have? We have a weekly reaction from this area. Note that. Now on the daily time frame, what do we have? Whenever there's, look at it now, let us follow. Whenever there's a lower low, there's a lower high. There's a lower low, there's a lower high, there's a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and we'll form the lower low. Now on this lower low, we can see that this is a possible weak reaction from the area of interest, which we are currently at, reacting from it, showing that we're having reactions from here. And if market should follow what I'm seeing, we will have a evening star formation, which is a bearish engulfing, a doji, and then what, a bullish engulfing. Now this is the lower low. Now I'm expecting market to give me a lower high to this area to continue the sell off. That's why if we are selling off completely. Now on the 4 hours, where it looks cleaner for me now. So now the only reason I will be interested in taking this trade is if I can get a 4 hour to close above here to shift the market bullish, because it's currently bearish now. Lower low, lower high, lower low. Now this is the potential lower high. You can see we have two double doji reaction from here. Market reversing. Now we have the first evening star formation here. Now I just need market to have a proper break above here, a close to show that yes, we have shifted bullish on the 4 hour. Then I'll wait for a retest to continue to the upside, most likely here for a 1:3 or even lower for a 1:2. I don't mind. I just want to in order for me to take this trade, I must make sure that yes, markets, if the market doesn't close above here on the 4 hour, I'm not interested in taking the trade. GBP USD. Now this was the market that did us dirty the last time. You can see it. Gave out to the signals on the Telegram. Market came to our stop loss, wicked us out, and went for a 1:4. It sucks, but it is what it is. It's happened. Now, what I'm seeing on GBP this week is the counter trend sales before the buys continue. Now, if you see the last video I did on my channel, you can see that I called GBP to either sell off from here or sell off below, and we sold off from here, which is actually good. Now we have shifted bullish totally. We're bearish, we have shifted bullish totally. But then where are we? The area where we are now is the area that whenever we come here, you can see there's a reaction from here, there's a reaction from here to sell back, and so on and so forth. So what I'm just simply going to do is, whenever markets does a big move like this, let me just use GBP as the clean example. You can see it here, very, very clean. Whenever there's a big move, what do we have? Retracements. Big move, retracements, move, retracements, move, retracements, big move, retracements, another big move, deeper retracements. So you can see that whenever there's a big move on this pair, we have good retracements which we can sell off from. Now I do not recommend counter trend trades, but if it looks clean, as I've said before, I'm willing to take it. And now we are this high. I can see market having a sell off before we continue the buys. Note, this market is bullish and it can continue buying. Now we can have a short sell off to this area here, to this high here, before we continue the buys, or a deeper sell off to this area here, where this is the next area where market have more structural rejection from, or we can even go back all the way to this area. But I'm going to be very, very realistic with my take profit, because once you counter trend trades, that you're trading against the trend, so you want to be out as fast as possible. So 1:2 is what I usually go for, but if I can see opportunities for 1:3, I will take it. So that is basically my 1:2 up at this first reaction point. As you can see, my 1:2 is at this first reaction point. That's where my first take profit is, And if market keeps pushing down, I will just hold off to if I can get a 1 to 3 and I'm out for the main trade. So just as I said, we have a lot of counter trend trades, but they look very, very clean. Some even look more cleaner than the base trend based trade that we're taking. Now, AUD card is my least favorite, but it's also clean. Now you can see that same thing, higher high, reaction, higher high. So I can see markets creating a potential higher low before it continue whichever movement is doing. On the 4 hour, now on the 4 hour is where you can see the markets changing. Now on the 4 hour, you can see that markets creating bullish run, is slow down here, and now we created a new higher high. Now in order for me to sell this trade, I need market to be below this area of interest here. So I need market to just come below here, because now if I should just draw it out, you can see that we created higher high, higher low, higher high. So by the time we're going below it, we're creating what's a lower low, which I've shifted structure bearish to create what's a lower high to continue selling for a short while. So that is basically what I'm seeing on this pair. Now this is basically all the pairs I have for the week. So I'll keep you guys updated on how the challenge goes once we start off tomorrow. Now if you want to be involved in the challenge, as I've said, join my Telegram channel, or you can, from the Telegram channel, you can also click on the pin chat. Let me show you. You can use the link to join the Telegram channel. Then from there you can click on this pin chat to join the WhatsApp channel, where I am way more active. You understand? This is where I'm going to be dropping every single trade I take, my reason for taking those trades, and the outcome of every single trade. Then on the weekend, that's when I just give a summary of how the week went, but just like how Alex has done. So see you guys within the week, and hope we all start the challenge on a very, very good note. So